Have you ever felt trapped by your own thoughts? Maybe it's that constant voice telling you, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed. These thoughts can feel so powerful, like they're absolute truths about who you are. But here's the good news. There's a way to break free from that mental grip. It's a tool from acceptance and commitment therapy called Cognitive Defusion. And the idea is simple. It's not about stopping negative thoughts, but changing how you respond to them. Let's try something together. Think of a negative thought that bothers you often. Maybe it's something like, I'm a failure, or I'll always mess things up. Now, instead of treating it as a fact, let's reframe it. Add this phrase, I'm having the thought that. So now, instead of saying, I'm a failure, you say, I'm having the thought that I'm a failure. Notice the shift? That small change creates a bit of distance between you and the thought. It's no longer who you are. It's just something your mind is saying. Let's take it a step further. Imagine that thought spoken in a funny cartoon voice, like Mickey Mouse or maybe a robot. Or picture it written on a bubble that's slowly floating away into the sky. It might feel silly, but that's the point. These simple techniques help you see your thoughts for what they really are. Just words, not commands. Let me give you an example. Say you're at work and you make a small mistake. Immediately, your mind says, I'm terrible at my job. Everyone's going to think I'm incompetent. It feels overwhelming, right? But instead of spiraling, you could pause and notice the thought. You could say to yourself, I'm having the thought that I'm terrible at my job. Just that act of labeling the thought takes away some of its sting. Then, maybe you imagine that thought in a funny voice, like Donald Duck, saying it out loud. Or picture the words floating on a cloud, slowly drifting out of view. Does that mistake seem as big now? Probably not. And with that space, you might realize, okay, I made an error, but I can fix it. It doesn't define me. How does that feel? Does the thought seem less overwhelming, less heavy? That's the power of cognitive diffusion. It's not about getting rid of your thoughts, and it's not about forcing yourself to think positively. It's about changing your relationship with those thoughts. They're just mental events. They don't have to define you, and they don't have to control your actions. The next time a negative thought pops into your mind, try this. Pause. Notice the thought. Add, I'm having the thought that. And then, if you're up for it, give it a funny voice or imagine it drifting away. Over time, you'll notice that those thoughts lose their power, and you'll feel more free to focus on what really matters, your goals, your values, and the life you want to live. So remember, your thoughts don't define you. They're just passing events in your mind. And with practice, you can stop letting them hold you back.